Let it open. Okay. Okay, now let us start looking into the rules of the arrays first. Let me have the rules. Rules of next half an hour, very important. I request everyone to concentrate, please. So, as I said earlier, there are two types of formulas in Excel. What are they? One is normal formula, the other one is array formula. First of all, what is the meaning of array? Array means array is a decoded form of a range. Okay. When a range is there, range is generally for the user, but array is for the Excel to understand. Try to understand. Control plus shift plus enter we can use for two things. One is to enter array constant in the formula. Control plus shift plus enter the same to execute the formula as an array. What's the meaning of it? Either you can enter an array constant in the formula for which you need to do control shift enter, or else to execute the formula as an array, again you can use control shift enter. There are a couple of important things in the array. Array must be covered in the with the square bracket. Array must be covered in the flower brackets. Okay, this is what the brackets I'm talking about. Curly brackets we call, flower brackets we call. So whatever the array you want to write, the array must be between open flower bracket and closed flower bracket. The array must always carry the following. Must always carry the following. Okay, you cannot enter whatever you want in the array. Numbers directly, text by covering with double quotation, double quotes, Boolean values directly, and finally error. Obviously, right? When I said array is the decoded form of a range, that means range is anything that can be A1 colon A1009 and so on. So when you decode it, the values inside the range will be appearing in the array. When the values are there, values must be either a number or a text or a Boolean value. If something went wrong, it can be even error also. So let us see what we cannot enter. The array must not carry the following. You will get to know each and every point. Just give me 2 minutes so that we'll go into the concepts of array. First, I'm giving you the rules so that whenever I talk about a concept, I'll come back to the rule and I can correlate. So, what you cannot enter in the array? Cell references, then ranges, then defined name, then formula, then good morning, Vinat. I just started 5 minutes back. Okay, anyway, you can follow that. So array, then function. Okay, these all cannot be part of your array. Seventh one is format. You cannot keep a format in the array because array is a decoded form, a very base form. You cannot put a cell reference in the array. You cannot put the range in the array. You cannot put the defined name in the array. You cannot put the formula. You cannot put another array. That means nested array is not possible through this. Nested array is not possible. What is the meaning of nested array? Array is part of another array, which is not possible. Okay, but nested function is possible, right? I already covered. One function can be one function can be an argument of another function. That is possible. Okay, these all are the basic rules. Whenever you get time, you can start looking into that. Now I'm just talking about array since last 5 minutes. So what exactly the arrays? So array basics. Let's say, for example, 10, 20, 30. Friends, equal to A1. If I write, can you put in the chat box what is my answer? This is going to display. What is my answer? It's going to display 10. We all know it. Very simple. Why? Now let's try to understand. This is 10. It has given me the 10. Now let's try to look into the logic inside. I'm writing the formula in one single cell. Okay. And I am referring to a cell that is also one single cell. It is possible because you can fit one by one matrix into one by one matrix. So here, let me tell you the matrix concept. What is the concept? One cell is a one by one matrix having one row, one column. In this case, okay, let's put the formula text. We are writing formula in one by one matrix. Yes or no? I'm writing formula in a single cell. One by one matrix referring another one by one matrix. That means A1. Since we can fit one by one matrix into another one by one matrix, Excel displays the result. Okay. Now let me ask you one more question. Equal to 10, 20, 30. What is the answer if I enter? This one, if you are before the system, before the Excel, you try and tell me. Don't just tell. If you are before the system, before the Excel, try and tell me. If I enter A1 colon A3, what must be my answer? Can anyone, whoever not having a Excel before you, tell me what is the answer it may be giving? Excel will give you value error if I enter. Okay. So friends, I'm talking about before 2019 version. So you have to bear with me. Okay. In my system, if I enter, that will give a different answer. But this is value error. In your case, it's going to display. Okay. So now, why it's a value error? Now we are writing the formula in which cell? We are writing formula in one by one matrix. Yes or no? This is one by one matrix. But we are trying to refer 3 by 1 matrix. Okay. Referring, we are writing the formula in 1 by 1 matrix, referring another 3 by 1 matrix. I am here and I have selected one cell and I am trying to refer 3 cells values, and obviously now what is the meaning of it? Excel cannot fit 3 by 1 matrix into another 1 by 1 matrix. Hence, Excel results value error. Okay, whoever having the system before you, you can try this. You can put equal to A1 colon A3, you will get a value error. So value error means it cannot display 3 by 1 matrix into 1 by 1 matrix. So this is a 3 by 1 matrix. A1 colon A3 is a 3 by 1 matrix. Okay, how can you put three values into one single cell? Not possible. That's the reason it's a value error. Don't confuse. But friends, it may be value error, but at the back end, I can decode this. I can decode this. What is the shortcut to decode? F9. Let me press F9. Oh my God. See, in my case, actually, I'm recording the video. So whenever I click F9, it is taking me to the stop. Okay, what I'll do, let me stop recording. Because in today's session, I cannot use F9 if that is the case. So just give me 1 sec. Yeah, now I think I can use. Just give me 1 second if you don't mind. So this is to record. F9 is the shortcut. I'm just checking, is there any way I can change these shortcuts? No. Okay, I'll do that later. Today, let me not record, especially this. I'm just trying to check. See, this I can change for the time being, which I don't use F1. Okay, this is to record. So shortcut. Okay, remaining all is fine. F1 is the shortcut. Friends, sorry for the inconvenience. Just give me 1 sec. Yep. Now, if you observe, I've selected this. F9 is the shortcut to decode. Let me put F9. What you're finding here? It is decoding all the values from A1 till A3 in the flower bracket. As I told you, you can see the backend, how Excel is decoding any value of the Excel. So this is decoded form of A1 colon A3. But how do Excel understand that three rows are there, one column is there? Question is, how can Excel understands that the range is having three rows and one column? You can understand by looking into the array. In the above array, each value is separated with colon, semicolon. Semicolon is an indication of, colon is the indication that the value is in the next row. So how Excel will read this, 10, first row, first column, semicolon. That means go to the next row. That means below 10, 20, semicolon. Go to the next row, below 20, 30. That is what the meaning of this. Okay, try to understand. 10, 20, 30 is there. Now I'm trying to put equal to this. Okay, if you put equal to this, you will get your answer. I'm sorry. If I put equal to this, I'll get my answer. But if I'm trying to put equal to this, I'll get a value error, right? If I decode this, can you tell me what is my answer now? If I decode, Excel will give in the flower bracket every value. What are the values here? 10, 20, 30. But 10, 20, 30, how do Excel understand that these all three values are one after other? Now it is a comma indication. Try to understand. This is the This is decoded form of C14 colon E14. Okay, that means 3 columns, 1 row. In the array, each value is separated with comma. Yes or no? Are you finding comma is there here in this case? What is the meaning of comma? Comma is the indication that the value is in the next row, next column, I'm sorry. Don't confuse. Okay. So when you have a semicolon, when you have a comma, there is a lot of difference. Semicolon is an indication that that value must be in the next row. Comma is an indication that that value must be into the next column. Okay. So for example, I'm having like this an array, sorry, a range 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Now you tell me, okay, if I put equal to A1, I'll get my answer. Equal to, sorry, A19, I'll get my answer. But if I am trying to put equal to this, what's my answer? This results the value error again. This results the value error because we cannot put, we cannot keep 3 by 3 matrix into 1 by 1 matrix. Obviously, I can, how can I fit 3 by 1 matrix into one single cell? That's not possible. So that's the reason it's a value error. But okay, if I decode equal to this, let me select this, let me put F9, then can you guess what may happen? Can you put in the chat box? Once I decode, every value in the range will come as a value inside the array. Now the values are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So every value will be there in the array. But what are the what are the separation it's going to use? Is it semicolon or comma? Whenever it's a next row, semicolon. Whenever it's a next column, comma. That means 10, go to the next column, comma, 20, go to the next, comma, 30, go to the next row, semicolon 40, go to the next column, comma 50, comma 60, semicolon 70, comma 80, comma 90. That is what it's going to display. Check it out. I just pressed F9. Okay. I'm sorry. Wait. 1 sec. Equal to. I'll tell you the concept of spill. Just give me some time. So this is what the decoded form of the array. Okay. If anyone having any question till here, please let me know. Try to understand. Okay, so you take anything that will be decoded. Now what I'll be doing, I'll take yesterday's conditional uh, functions part 2. It will decode every range. Now I'll go here. See, if you observe, let's go here. See, equal to company. What is the meaning of company? A2 colon A500. That means how many values are there? 499 values are there. So this company is having 499 values inside. If I put F9, do you think all 499 values will be decoded? Absolutely. Let me put F9. Check it out. And also, if you observe here, as I told you, text must be covered in the double quotation. See, it's a text. It has covered in the double quotation. Why there is a semicolon? That means it is indicating that every value is one below other. As simple as it. So it decodes everything. Now, for example, instead of company, let's say area. If I decode, what will happen? Every area will be decoded. Let's say it's not an area, it's a date. Can you tell me what will happen? Every date will be there in the array? No. Why? Date is a format. I told you format cannot be part of my array. Only basic values of these date will be part of array. That means serial numbers of the dates will be part of the array. Now check it out. 42,358. That means 20th December 2015. 42,658. That means 15th October 2016. 41,803. 13/6/2014 and so on. Right. Now if I put amount, it decodes this. No problem. Let me put F9. Okay. Till here, if you have any question, please let me know. Just now I have covered a concept of how to decode. If you decode, in which format Excel will display, and what is an indication for comma and what is an indication for the semicolon. So in the array, in the flower brackets, you must be having either a number or a text or a Boolean value or an error. Okay. So am I clear till this point? Could you please confirm? Because unless you understand this point, there is no meaning of going ahead and covering advanced. Friends, could you please confirm in the chat box whether you are following me, how to decode any of the value? Aditya, thank you for the confirmation. Satya, thank you. Sudhir, can I get some confirmation? I hope you're following me. Venkatesh, Sairam. Yes, thank you. I just joined. Okay, okay, Sudhir, thank you. Yeah, okay, Vamshi. You try to understand anyway, just basics I have covered the array and I had to complete couple of other things. Okay, just follow me. Wherever you stuck up, okay, don't hesitate to message. Okay, now let's try to understand couple of things. Equal to 10 is a constant. Now equal to in flower bracket 10 comma 20 comma 30. Friends, see, now what I'm trying to do, I'm directly trying to enter an array in the formula, right? So when I put equal to 10, I got my answer 10 because it's a constant 10. Wherever I'm writing a formula, that is belongs to that cell. But in this case, in a cell, I am trying to fit 3 by 1 matrix. Yes or no? Now, normally if you enter, you will get one answer. What is that? First value it will pick up. Now I am trying to fit this as an array. So what is the shortcut to enter as an array formula? Control Shift Enter. If I do Control Shift Enter, can you guess what will happen? Though it is 1 by 3 matrix, because 10, 20, 30, that means one row, 3 columns are there. So I'm calling it as a 1 by 3 matrix. Though it is 1 by 3 matrix, but because only one cell I have selected here, it will display that cell value. Control Shift Enter. Only 10 appeared. Check it out. How do Excel understand that it has to enter as an array? How Excel must understand that it has to enter as an array? Friend, just give me one sec. Don't mind. Just give me one sec. Okay, so how do Excel understand that it's a one cell? Because it's first cell I have selected. Control Shift Enter. Now it is an array because once I do Control Shift Enter, that start with the flower bracket and that ends with the flower bracket. Have you observed? Automatically I got one more flower bracket before equal sign and one more flower bracket before after the formula. This is an indication that I executed this as an array. Okay. Now I have selected these two. Now let me go to the edit mode. Now if I do Control Shift Enter, what will happen? I am trying to fit 1 by 3 matrix, but I only selected 1 by 2 matrix. So first value in this will come to 10 here. Second value will come into the second cell. Control Shift Enter. Now 3. Now you can easily guess. Can you tell me what are the answers? 10, 20, 30. But you cannot just enter. It must be Control Shift Enter, right? Now, let me select 4. Okay. Now, I've selected 4. Control Shift Enter. Can you tell me what will happen? 10, 20, 30. What is this value? Can anyone guess what value will come in D column in the selection? It's not 0. Why? Because 0 is not the fourth value. Since fourth value is not available, it's gonna be not available error. Okay. So it is an error. Don't confuse. Now, friends, can you guess what will happen if I put equal to in flower bracket 10 semicolon 20 semicolon 30 Control Shift Enter? Can you tell me what is the answer if I do Control Shift Enter? If I do Control Shift Enter, that means I'm expecting this enter as a array. Since I only selected first cell, the first value out of this array is 10. If I select these two, 10, 20. Sorry. If I select these two, 10, 20. If I select these three, 10, 20, 30, and so on. If I select these four, 10, 20, 30, and NA. That's the meaning of it. Now, for example, can you guess 10, 20, semicolon 30, 40? Can you tell me what will happen? Anyone? 10 here, 20 here, below 10, 30 here, below 20, 40 here. This entire row is not available. This entire column is not available. Is it correct? Is it correct? Third column, third row is an A, 10, 20, 30, 40. Absolutely. Okay. So now let's go here. Can you guess what are the answers in this case? 10 semicolon 20 comma 30 semicolon 40. Can you guess what is the answer in this case? Rows 10, 20. Okay. Then the columns, Aditya. Okay. Don't confuse. In this case, if I'm trying to do Control Shift Enter, I'll get a pop-up error stating that there is a problem in the formula because this type of formula is not possible. Let me explain you why. Let me copy this. Okay, so let me put this when I am trying to, sorry, when equal to in flower bracket 10 semicolon 20 comma 30 semicolon 40. Okay, this is what it is actually. So I said when you are trying to enter this, you will get error. So you cannot. So let me give you the indication. I'm just trying to give a format over there. Okay, this is not possible. Okay, this is the error you are getting. Why? Why I'm getting an error? Because the above array is not possible because array always reads column wise first, then row wise. Okay, column wise. Column wise means reads one column after other. Okay, that means it always reads like 10, 20, 30, then next, then next, then next. I think the meaning is not array reads because array always decode the row after row. Okay, that means it always goes row by row. First first row, then second row, then third row. It never come first column, then second column, then third column. Okay, so it is always going row after row, one row, the next row, the next row, and the next row. But in this case, 10 comma 20, that means it is reading 10, then next column 20. It's not possible, right? Sorry, 10 semicolon 20 I said. So 10 below 20, it's not possible. It always reads like this. Have a look. So let me put like this. So, so this is only possible. This type of reading only possible. Just give me one sec. This is not possible. It must be other way around actually. Yeah. Okay. After it reads everything, then it comes to the next row. Then from here, it comes to the next row. This is not possible. Let's say this and this and this. So now if I take just for the indication later to identify easily after this, okay, after this, okay, this is not possible. Excel will never read your array like this. So this is not possible. How to identify that? Let me put border. Okay, this is not possible. This is possible. Okay, so that is the way Excel always reads. That's the reason in the above case it is an error. Now, friends, now for example, 10 comma 20 comma 30 equal to now 10 semicolon 20 semicolon 30. If I do control shift enter, what's my answer? What is the answer? It is 10. Very good. Now, what's the answer? I selected two cells. I selected two cells. Though I have selected two cells, first cell, first column, first value is 10. In this matrix, first row value is always 10. This is first row value, this is second row value, this is third row value. Do you agree with me? How many rows I have selected? Only one row. That means out of these three rows, first row value is what? 10. So if I do control shift enter, I get the same 10. If I select this, no problem. Out of these three values, first row value is always 10. Don't confuse. Whenever I select this, first two rows I have selected. First row is having 10, second row is having 20, control shift enter. If I select 4, first row is having 20, second row is having 30, fourth row is having nothing, so not available error. Okay, so don't confuse. For example, the same aspect come here. For example, equal to in flower bracket 10, comma 20, comma 30, comma 40. If I do control shift enter, then I'll get 10 because in this array, my first column value is always 10. How many columns I have selected? Only first column. Control shift enter. Now, if I do control shift enter, 10 in the first column, 20 in the second column, and so on, you will get like this. So fifth column is nothing in the array, so it is a not available. So till this point, I'm just trying to keep only the basics. I'm manually entering the array, but we will not get a situation to enter the array manually. Generally, array is nothing but a decoded form, as I told you. Friends, one more thing. Just now, as I covered in the rules of the form, arrays, what is the answer if I do control shift enter? What's the answer if I do control shift enter? This is not possible because cell reference cannot be part of your array. Even you cannot put, let's say, 20 here, 10 plus 10. Even this array is not possible because formula cannot be part of array. Okay. Even you cannot put A1 colon A3. Why this is not possible if I do control shift enter? Why? Because range cannot be part of array. Or else, if I put some open bracket A1 colon A4, okay, then even if I do control shift enter, this will not work because function cannot be part of array. And last one, I cannot keep one more array here, 10 comma 20. Okay, so an array cannot be part of one more array. Okay, that's the reason whatever the value you want to enter in the array, that must be either a number or a text with a double quotation or the boolean value or even error also it can carry. Now friends, equal to flower bracket 10 comma 20 comma 30 plus 10. If I do control shift enter, what's my answer? What is my answer? I am trying to add a constant 10 to 1 by 3 matrix. Do you agree with me? Yes. So when I'm trying to enter the adding the constant, that means this constant is belongs to every value. So I have to do this operation for every value in the array. 10 plus 10 20, 20 plus 10 30, 30 plus 10 40. So my first value in the array is 20, then 30, then 40, then not available. Don't confuse. Try to understand. So when I'm trying to keep 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 plus 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40, if I do control shift enter, can you tell me what is the answer? In the earlier case, it was the constant. But in this case, I am trying to add one array with the another array. When I'm trying to add one array with the another array, so since the size is same, so 10 plus 10, 20, 20 plus 20, 40, see 30 plus 30, 60, 40 plus 40, 80. So if I select this and again decode this further, that means Excel will calculate this piece. If Excel calculate this piece, what will happen? 1 by 4 matrix, I'm adding with another 1 by 4 matrix, my final result is 1 by 4 matrix. So first value in the first matrix will add up with the first value in the second matrix. Second value in the first matrix will add up with the second value in the second matrix. I'll get another 1 by 4 matrix, that is 20, 40, 60, 80. If I do control shift enter these values, then 20 will come, 40 will come, 60 will come, 80 will come. Now directly do control shift enter? Absolutely. Okay. Now for example, I've selected 5. Now comma 50. Now if I do control shift enter, can you tell me what's the answer? We know that 20, 40, 60, 80. Then what is the answer in the E column? It's going to give in the selection. Put in the chat box. What is the answer you are going to get? So 50 is there, but is there any value here? No. If no value is there, Excel will replace with what? Not available. So 50 plus not available error, is it 50 or not available? Same error will come. You cannot add a value to the error, right? So it's a not available. So don't confuse. Friends, for example, equal to in flower bracket 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 ampersand a, what will happen? Can you tell me what will happen? Because I am trying to join the constant with the array, it will join with every constant in the array. So my answer would be 10a, 20a, 30a, 40a, 50a. That's all. Control shift enter. For example, 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 join with, okay, one more array 50 comma 40 comma 30 comma 20 comma 10. Can you tell me what is the answer it's going to display? First of all, my final result will be text. How do you know that? I told you while I was talking about the ampersand symbol that the result of the concatenate function or ampersand symbol both are text only. What is the meaning of that? If I decode this, first of all, if I put F9, can you tell me what is the answer it's going to display? If I put F9, anyone, first value in this matrix will join with the first value in this matrix. So 10, 50, 20, 40, 30, 30, 40, 20, 50, 10. But my question is 1050, will it be a number or will it be covered in the double quotation? That will be covered in the double quotation. Check it out. See, check it out. 10, 50 is in the double quotation, because if you use the ampersand symbol, the result is always a text. Now, if I do control shift enter, the same 5 values will come in the cell. But now it is a left alignment because it's a text. Okay. Now, for example, equal to forward bracket 10, 20, 30, 40. I'm asking a question greater than or equal to 25. So what is the answer? Now I am trying to take a constant and I am trying to apply a logical test with a greater than or equal to sign for the array. That means every value in the array will cross check with this constant. Is 10 greater than or equal to 25? False. 20 greater than or equal to 25? False. 30 greater than or equal to 25? False. 40, sorry, true. 40 greater than or equal to 25? True. 50 greater than or equal to 25? True. So my answers will be, if I decode, if I put F9, false, comma, true, true, F9. I told you an array can even allow the Boolean values. This is an example. Now, if I do control shift enter instead of decoding, the same array will be displayed in the selected area. Now, false, true, true. Now, friends, I'm not taking anything. Let me take the same thing. Okay. Now, if I put this entirely in the brackets, now what will happen? Now, what will happen? Same thing. If you put into bracket, the values will not change. So, same answers will come. Don't confuse. Don't confuse. See, this is an array. I just covered in the bracket. Nothing wrong, right? I just covered in the bracket. So, same answers will come. Now, what I'm trying to do, if I put into one, what will happen? Try to understand. If I put into one, what will happen? Excel first do what? It decodes this. Do you agree with me? Yes. If it decodes what Excel is going to get, false, true, true. Do you agree with me? Yes. So that means the result of this selection is a 1 by 5 matrix, and I am trying to multiply 1 by 5 matrix with constant 1. That means this 1 will be multiplied with every value in this array. That means false into 1, 0. False into 1, 0. True into 1, 1. True into 1, 1. True into 1, 1. So my final array, if I select this entirely and put F9, do you know what? It's gonna be 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. It is again 1 by 5 matrix. So if I directly put Control Shift Enter now, I'll get the same results here. See, I don't want to decode every time. Decoding is only for my convenience to understand how Excel is, okay, cross-checking at the back end. So when you put a range also, Excel by default understands and give you the same answer as a result. Okay. Now, till here, if anyone having any question in this formula, please let me know. We are slowly entering into the advanced topics. Okay. Don't compromise. If you have any question, please let me know. Today, your first job after the session, maybe whenever you get time in your today's office, maybe office time or how, at home if you are. So please have a look into all these, and I request you to practice on your own. Now, friends, it's the climax. Control C equal to sum of control V. Okay. Now, this is 1 by 5 matrix. What are the values inside this? 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. I want to tell to Excel that it has to do the repetitive calculation inside. Why repetitive calculation is required? 10 has to cross check with 25. Again 20 has to cross check with 25. 30 has to cross check with 25. 40, 50. Then finally every value is again multiplied with 1 and so on. So since it has to do the repetitive calculation inside, I will not just do enter. I will do control shift enter. Can you tell me what's my answer? Sum is always resulting you a constant, not an array. Don't confuse. Now, these all values I rolled up and I summarized as a 3. Okay. So, Let me go little further. Now I'll take amount 1, amount 2, amount 1 minus amount 2. Now, for example, I have 10, 20, 30 is there. This is 5, 12, 18. Friends, if I want to get the difference between this minus this, generally what we do? We'll take this minus this, we'll enter, we'll copy and paste. Instead, what I can follow, can I do this? Can I do Control Shift Enter? So that the same answers will come 5, 8, 12 in the selected area. You have to just decode. Just assume if you decode this, what will happen? In a flower bracket, 10, 20, 30 with a semicolon. If I decode this, what will happen? In a flower bracket, 5, 12, 18. So let me decode and explain you. F9, F9, F9 again. So this is 1 by 3 matrix. If I do Control Shift Enter, same values will come below. As simple as it, right? So this minus this, Control Shift Enter will be the same. Now, for example, amount 1 is there, amount 2 is there, amount 1 multiply with amount 2. Now, let's say 10, 20, 30 is there, 1, 2, 3 is there. Now, generally what we do to multiply this into this, copy and paste. Instead, what I can do, equal to this, multiply with this. Do you think I'll get the answer? Absolutely. But finally, I'm summing. My question is, to get 140, which is the sum of multiplication of these two, am I need to write the sum formula like this after each and everything? No. Directly, I can get the result in this way. This multiply with this, close bracket. Friends, if I do Control Shift Enter, what will happen? I'm instructing Excel to, if I don't do Control Shift Enter, if I just enter, I'll get a value error. Why? Enter means normal formula will not do the repetitive calculations inside. So if I do if I use a shortcut keys Control Shift Enter, that means I'm executing this as a multiple calculations inside. That means Excel will decode this at the backend. Excel also decode this at the backend. Then Excel will decode this array, multiply with the other array. Then finally Excel will sum the values. If I do Control Shift Enter, I'll get the same 140. The another advantage of array is you cannot delete the part of the array. I'm trying to delete this. Why? It is saying, obviously, these all three put together is one array. These all three values are part of one array. Excel will not allow to change the part of array. That's the reason when you're trying to add plus 10 for this, you cannot. How can you do that? Why? Because these three are put together one array. If you change plus 10, Excel doesn't know to which value it has to apply, so it will not work. Either you have to select everything, plus 10 possible, plus 100 possible. Either you select for everything or else ignore everything. You cannot change part of it. That's the meaning of it. Till here, if you have any question, please let me know. I know you need some time to look into this. Okay, so today, without wasting the time, that's the reason for everything I have written. Everything is a matrix form. In our school days, whatever we learned, the matrices, the same concept I'm trying to apply and correlate here. Just give me 1 second. This is still here. Okay. Okay. Now let me save this file. Guys, can you please confirm whether you're following me or not? Any question, anyone? Am I going little faster or slow or okay? Vamshi, thanks for the confirmation. Venkatesh, thank you. Following Satya, great. I think you can follow easily, Satya, because since you are maybe working with databases, in the databases also, I think in the queries we write arrays, right? So the same query concept here. I don't know much into the databases, but yeah. Sairam, thank you. Okay, great. Vinath, are you there? Vinath, are you following me? Okay. So I'll what I do, I'll just send this file immediately, download it, and spend some 2 minutes in this. I'll give you some 3 to 5 minutes time. Then we'll go into the how to apply arrays in the real-time examples. Friends, I'm uploading a file named array. Okay, so quickly for 5 minutes, have a glance. Please download it, and in 3 to 5 minutes we'll join. In the meanwhile, I request you to download it and have a look, whatever I have covered. Let me open the file again. Okay, friends, welcome back. Okay, so now we'll try to work these arrays with the practical cases. Let me introduce you one more function names sum product. See, in this case, if you don't do control shift enter, you will get the value error. But for only for this purpose, sum product. In this case, what I'm trying to do, I'm doing the product of these two and finally summing. Is it correct or wrong? Correct. Okay, but for that there is a ready-made function named sum product. The advantage of using sum product is sum product is by default an array function. Try to understand. Sum product is by default an array function. By default is an array function. That means you need not to means we need not to execute as array with control shift enter keys. CSE means control shift enter, right? Only in this case, in some product function does what? If you have any values, it can simply product. Okay, so instead of using sum, I'll tell you where arrays we can use in the case of some function. But in these situations, especially whenever I want to multiply, I'll use array. The difference between this and this, here this array, I am trying to multiply with this array, but in this sum product function, this first array, then second array. How do Excel know that it has to multiply? The function itself is doing the same thing. The nature of this function is it will product every array which is there in the argument. So array 1 is this, array 2 is this, if you have any array 3 and so on, right? Now what I'll be doing, I'll take the same example what I have taken yesterday, the conditional formatting. Now let me control C. Let's go to this Excel control V. Okay, all else paste special values, right? Now let me control C, paste special format. Okay, this is what my data is, right? Yeah. So let me have a very quickly the defined names. How to give the defined names all four at a time? You can just go to formulas. You can go to create from selection, top row. Let me click. Okay, all four defined names got added. Just cross check. Name manager, all four defined names got added. So if I want to have a grand total here, then what's my answer? Equal to sum of amount. That's all. Okay, this is what my defined name. Friend, just give me one sec. I think some of the formatting went wrong. Control C, paste special values. Okay, let this format. Yeah. Now let me give the defined names. I think already we have given a defined names that since I deleted that sheet, it has given me a reference error. Let me delete all these things and delete. You know why reference error came? Because I have deleted that sheet where references were there. Now I'll go to create from selection. I'll take top row. It has created four defined names. Now let me zoom. Right. Wonderful. Now if I go to grand total equal to sum of amount, right? Now, if I want to have a total for Swiggy, what is the Sumifs function I'm going to write here? Can you put in the chat box just as a revision? What is the Sumifs function? Exactly, keep the formula in the chat box. Okay, let me put the formula equal to Sumif. What is the first argument? Criteria range, it's a company. What is the first next argument? Criteria Swiggy. Then what is the sum range amount column? This is what we solved by using the Sumifs function. I told you the backend logic already. Excel is doing simply cross-checking this, whether this is equal to Swiggy, then copying and pasting, then finally it is trying to multiply this column with this column. Do you remember we followed this method? The sum of this is nothing but my Swiggy total, right? If we try to understand properly, we can even solve the same thing by using sum product also, if you observe, or sum function also. How 51944 is 51944 is nothing but, okay, this value, right? How I got this value? Sum of this column. How I got this column? Product of this column and this column. Is it nothing but my this example? Product of this column and this column, that is sum, multiply, then finally I'm doing sum. Exactly the same example. So can I now do like this? Sum product D2 column D500, that's a D column. I'm trying to multiply with what? E2 column E500, close bracket. It's not a multiplication. You can put a comma. Why? Because it's a sum product. This is the first array. I'm asking Excel to multiply with the second array. Friends, if I enter, do you think I'll get the same answer, 51944? Don't confuse. If I enter, do you think I'll get the same answer? Now I'm trying to multiply this matrix with this matrix. This is 499 by 1 matrix. This is also 499 by 1 matrix. First value in this matrix will multiply with the first value in this matrix, and so on. If that is the case, if I enter, do you think I'll get the correct answer or wrong answer? First of all, my formula is correct. Yes. So let me enter. You will not get the answer. You will get 0. You tell me the logic. I'll not tell you. Okay. You think and tell me why it is 0. Now let's try to look into the sum function. I'll come back to the sum product later. Now, if I want to solve the same thing by sum, what I'm going to do? Same. D2 colon D500. Now I need to multiply. Why? I need to multiply this array with E2 colon E500. Close bracket. Now I should not just enter. Why? So many repetitive calculations must happen. So I should do control plus shift plus enter. Do you think I'll get the correct answer? Absolutely. Now let me write all these three formulas one after other. Friends, okay, don't confuse, please concentrate. Why in this case I got 0? Why in this case I got the answer? Tell me the reason why this is 0 here. Is it like this one only? This is exactly the same. This is sum, control shift enter. This is normal sum product, first array, comma, second array. First array is the first argument, second array is the second argument. I got 140, but in this case, I got 0. I hope everyone understood my question. Then my question is, why it is 0? If that is the case, I should get the same 51944. That's the reason basics are very important. I think on the second day or first day I've covered. Boolean value converts to 1 in case of true and 0 in case of false when only if we use the same in the arithmetic expression. I'm just reiterating the same rule. So if you observe here, Excel decode this D2 colon 500, D2 colon D500, what will happen? All 499 amounts will come, no problem. Excel will then again decode this E2 colon E500. What is there in the E2 colon E500? It is true and false. All true and false will come. Now, how do Excel know that this true and false? See what is happening now. First value of this must be multiplied with the first value of this in the sum product at the back end. So, since it is false, true, Excel is not in a position to multiply to this. Where is the arithmetic expression here, right? Both are independent arguments. So Excel doesn't know how to convert this into zeros and ones because this is not part of the arithmetic expression. Don't confuse. Okay. So to make this as an arithmetic, in how to convert this true, false into ones and zeros, can anyone tell? Simple. What I'll be doing, I'll keep into 1. If I put into 1, if I select this and put F9, can you tell me what will happen? All are ones and zeros. Now, the area of 499 by 1 matrix multiply with 499 by 1 matrix again with 0 ones. So first value in this array multiply with 1. Second value 0. Second value 0. Third value, fourth value, fifth value 0. Sixth value again 1 and so on. If I enter, now I'll get my answer. Try to understand. Instead of keeping 1, even I can keep one more thing also. So what? Same sum product, same formula, control C, control V. Generally, we don't keep 1 in the formulas because that confuses the user. Why? Because user may think there is a relevance for the 1. So in the array formulas, generally we start with E hyphen hyphen. That's nothing but minus of minus. If I put minus of minus before true and false, what is the meaning of minus first of all? Can anyone tell? In Excel, minus means minus 1 into. Again, one more minus means minus 1 into. So minus 1 into minus 1 into, what is my answer? 1 into. 1 into this value, same result you will get it. If I put F9, my answer is still same, 1 zeros, 1 zeros. So wherever I have a situation to keep into 1, instead of into 1, I'll start with minus of minus. If I enter, I'll get the same answer. Don't confuse. Okay. So in Excel, not only in Excel, I think in our school days we learned the same. Minus of minus is plus. In Excel, minus means minus 1 into, right? In Excel, minus means minus 1 into minus, sorry, minus 1 into minus 1. That equals to 1, right? So when you put 1, that is 1 into whatever the value is going to display, right? So minus 1 into minus 1 into. So this is 1 into. That's the meaning of it. Okay. So for example, can you tell me what is the answer? Can you tell me what is the answer? Simple. If it is even minus, my answer is a positive. If it is odd minus, my answer is a negative. Simple. It's a even. If you put one more, it's the odd. So just for the identification, Control C, Control V. Now I'll put one more minus. Now let me write the formula text. These all are the standards what generally we follow. We don't put into one. Generally, even in the blogs or anywhere you see outside, they put minus minus. Okay. But see, here our question is, instead of writing some function, I can simply write some product or I can simply write some function. But I know what you are thinking. Sharon, E column and F column is not part of your original data. How can you refer those columns here? E column I have referred, but is there E column in your original data? No. But in this case, without using any supporting column, I got my answer. But in this case, I'm using a supporting column, that is E2 column E500. But without using supporting column, can we solve? Yes, Swiggy. What is the Sumif function? Just for the understanding again, Sumif, look into the company column. For Swiggy, total the values which are there in the amount column, right? Now, I'll not use any E column. Some product, okay, equal to some product. What is the first array? Anyway, I need to multiply with amount column. So amount is the first array, comma, because it's a sum product. Every array must be separate with comma. What is the second argument? True and false column. Earlier I have given a E column, right? E column is nothing but true and false column. How I got true and false column? I cross-checked whether the company column is equal to Swiggy. Don't confuse. This will give you amounts. There is no problem here. Even earlier we have directly taken D2 colon D500. But instead of this, earlier I have taken E2 colon E500. E2 column E500 was having true false column. But I'm not having E column now. E column is a supporting column. I don't want to use it. From this existing data, can I build the E column? Yes. How to build it? In the E column, I cross-check whether A column is equal to Swiggy or not. I'm exactly doing the same thing. Since it is the constant, since it is 499 by 1 matrix, every value in this matrix will cross-check whether it is equal to Swiggy or not. Second value is equal to Swiggy or not. Third value is equal to Swiggy or not. Once you select everything and put F9, you will get true and false only. Same column. But I cannot convert this true and false directly. I have to use into minus minus, so that this becomes entirely is 101010 and so on. Now can I enter? Absolutely correct answer will get. Now some product, sorry, now sum formula equal to sum. Anyway, I need to multiply with the amount column because it's a sum range. Then amount column with what? True and false. Is there true and false readily available? No. Then cross check the company column whether it is equal to Swiggy, close bracket, close bracket. Now, can I directly enter? No, you cannot, because this is an array calculation must happen inside. So I should do Control Shift Enter. Why I have not done for this? Because some product is by default an array formula. So I can simply go here, equal to formula text, then select this, copy and paste. Okay. If anyone having any question till this point, please let me know. Now, let us try to take this into the next level. Swiggy East. Sumifs function. Can you please try what is the Sumifs function for this? Equal to Sumifs. Tell me what I need to write here. Sum range. Sum range is nothing but which column values you want to sum. That means which column? Amount column, comma, criteria range 1. That means criteria 1 you are looking into which column? Company column, comma, in that criteria 1. That means what is criteria 1 in this column? I have to look for Swiggy, comma, criteria range 2. That means what is the second criteria? Look into the area column for what? For east, close bracket. This is what my Sumifs function. If anyone having any question on this function, please let me know. Very simple function. Now, can I solve the same thing by using some product? Can I solve the same thing? Yes. Simple. Some product. Anyway, I have to multiply with amount column. So amount column array multiply with true and false column. How I'll get true and false column? Cross check whether the company, sorry, comma, cross check whether the company column is equal to Swiggy. Again multiply, cross check whether the area column is equal to east. But can I enter so that I'll get my answers? Friends, please try to understand. Here I am trying to multiply amount column with this result and this result. If I enter, do you think I'll get the correct answer? No. Why? Because this is just true and false only. Excel doesn't know that it is 1 and 0. So what I need to do, I should put plus minus of minus. I should put minus of minus. Now what happens, amount column, if I decode 499 by 1 matrix, company column, this entirely, it is cross checking whether it is equal to Swiggy or not. If it is true, then minus of minus 2 is 1 0 1 0 and so on. Then again it is cross checking whether area is equal to east. If it is, 1, otherwise false. When I now I am trying to multiply 3 arrays. So first value in this array multiply with the first value in this array multiply with the first value in this array. So when I'll get an amount here, whenever these two respective values are 1, when these two respective values will be 1, when company is matching Swiggy, I'll get 1 here. When area is matching east, only in those cases you will get it. If I enter absolutely the same answer, I'll get it. Cross check. Okay. Now, some same thing. What is the difference between these two? Instead of some product, it is some. Instead of this comma, I'll put multiply. Instead of this comma hyphen, I'll put multiply. Why? Because if I put a multiply, it automatically converts into ones and zero, right? Now, let me decode. Now I can show you. Friends, this will give you true and false. Yes or no? This will give you true and false again. Now, when I select these two and put F9, what will come? This array multiply with this array wherever both are matching 1, otherwise 0. Now check it out. This is 1. This is 1. Somewhere this is 1. Somewhere this is 1. That means this is 1. That means that combination is matching. Now, when I am trying to multiply this with everything, if I put F9, now see, wherever the answer is coming, that means east. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Company Swiggy and East. Now because multiple calculations are happening inside, I should not enter. What I need to do, I should do Control Shift Enter. As simple as it. Okay. Till here, if anyone having any question, please let me know. Now, with a little complex situation, can be solved. Not equal to east, sorry, not equal to Fasus, greater than or equal, not again equal to west, greater than or equal to 1st January 2018, less than or equal to 300. Okay. Now, let us solve by using Sumifs equal to Sumifs. Sum range is company column, sorry, amount column, comma, criteria range 1. Look into the company column for this ampersand, this as a criteria. I think I have covered yesterday and day before yesterday. Normally here I need to put in a double quotation not equal to. Instead, I can directly refer to this. Both are one and the same because when I even decode now, it is exactly giving me the same, right? Excel is calculating this part. So if I put F9 not equal to Fasus, so both are same. Now look into area column for cross check this ampersand this. Again, Look into date column for what, okay, add this and this, comma, look into amount column again, comma, this join with this. Friends, it looks like the formula is very bigger, but don't worry. This is a very simple thing if you know the syntax. Total the values in the amount column by looking into the company column for this criteria, by looking into the area column for this criteria, by looking into the range column by this criteria, and again by looking into amount column by less than or equal to 300. Why I have taken separately? So that if I want to change anything, this will change automatically there. This is what my formula is. Formula text. Friends, can I solve by using some product function? At least this one, can you please try? Equal to some product. Can you guide me? Rather, first array. I need to multiply with which array? Amount column, comma. What is the second array? I should cross check whether the company is not equal to Fasus. Yes or no? What is the third matrix? I should again cross check whether area is equal to West. Is there any fourth matrix? Yes. I have to again cross check whether date is greater than or equal to 1st January. Again, I have to cross check whether amount is less than or equal to 300. But this will give you 0 as we know earlier. Why? Because this and this must be covered in the bracket. It's a true only. To convert this into 0, 1, 0, 1, I should put minus of minus. Again, this, let me put this in the bracket. Okay, sorry. Let me put this in the bracket. This is just 0, 1, 0, 1 only. To convert, sorry, this is true and false only. To convert 0, 1, 0, 1, then I have to put minus of minus. Again, for this, let me put in the bracket, multiply this with minus of minus. And again, finally, minus of minus, let me put this in the bracket. Now, Excel is going to multiply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arrays. You know what will happen at the back end? First value in this array, multiply with the first value in this array, multiply with the first value in this array, this array, this array, and so on. If you enter absolutely the same answer. This can be much more simplest way we can do with a sum. Same formula. But what will change? Can you guys tell me? Instead of sum product, it is just sum. Instead of this entire hangama, comma, hyphen, I can multiply. Then again, wait. Okay. Again, instead of this entirely, I can multiply directly. Instead of entirely, I can multiply. And instead of entirely, I can multiply. Now I should not enter. Why? Because it's an array values. So what I need to do, I have to do Control Shift, enter. Now copy this and paste below. Now we'll try to decode this. If I am trying to decode this will give you true and false wherever the amount is less than or equal to 300, true, otherwise false. This will give you true and false wherever the date is greater than or equal to 1st January 2018. This will give you true and false wherever it is matching with West. This will give you true and false wherever the company is having not equal to FASOS. When I am trying to multiply from here to here, can you tell me what will happen? All four arrays will be multiplied. Wherever it is true, all the four places, then only you will get one, otherwise zero. F9. Can you search where is one? See, here one, I can find one. Here also I can find one. That means here also I can find one. Here also I can find one. There are four instances out of this entire array where all the four logics are matching. So that is 1 year, and that is 1 year, 2, that is 3, this is 4. Only in 4 instances. Now if I am trying to take this and entirely and put F9, in those four instances, it will pick up a value from the amount column. In the remaining instances, it will give you 0. Check it out. 71, 181, plus 137 plus 152, 122, absolutely control shift enter 511. Sharon, when there is a function named Sumif or Sumifs, why should I use array formula? Anyway, there is a ready-made function like this, right? Yeah, I do understand. Why arrays are important? To make the work entirely smaller. Okay, I'm giving you three assignments today. Okay, tomorrow while you are coming back, I request you to complete. So try it at least. Anyway, I'll give the answers tomorrow. Then you will get to know the power of arrays. Those three assignments are nothing but everyone, please concentrate. Okay, now I'll take the same. Now let me take this. Sorry, save. Now let me take this is sum if versus array. Okay, the assignments are very simple. I'll take one more Excel file. Let it be separate. Control C, Control V. Okay, so the assignments are very simple. Friends, please do not Google. Please do not check from any of the earlier files which I have shared. You can refer my earlier files, but please do not Google because this assignment is you to think. Okay, even if you don't do it, that's fine. I'll give the answer. But just for our understanding, how we are following the sessions and so on. See, my assignment is first assignment. I want you should give me year-wise total. See, in this case, my date column is having from 2010 till 2018. I want the total for 2010, 2011, 2012 till 2018. I know what you are thinking. Sharon, very simple. What we'll do, we will insert one more column here. We will put a year function so that year will extract. Okay, this is an year. Then we'll simply write a Sumifs function. Look into this column for this, total the values in this column. Correct? Okay. But I don't want you should use any supporting column. Okay. I don't want you should touch the original data. Without touching the original data, how are you going to solve? See, this is what your answer. See, if you check it out, this is exactly matching to your grand total. I just did in 1 minute. Okay, but still why I'm giving you the assignment? Because E2 colony 500. Why I'm giving this assignment? Because without using the supporting column, how can you solve? If you want to use year column, this is very simple. Now let me delete year. Now, how can you solve this? That is what I'm expecting. Okay, without using the supporting column, without doing anything for this data, how can you get the year-wise total? Then how can you get the month-wise total? Jan, Feb, and so on, irrespective of the year. Don't confuse. Okay. Now month-wise total I want irrespective of the year. Whatever the year it is, Jan is there, that total should come. Feb is there, that total should come, and so on. Now, and this is what the total, and this is what the total equal to sum of this total must equal to your grand total. Okay. Now, finally, the third assignment, I want you should solve range wise. Okay. If you observe here, my amounts are starting from 0 till 1000 are there. My question is, if it is 0 to 1 to 100, what is the total? What is the total of amount between 1 to 100? 101 to 200, what is the range total? 201 to 300, what is the range total? So, like that, till 901 to 1000, what is the range total? So, go here and write the formula so that you will get to know clearly, okay, what is the Sumifs function. I want you should solve by using Sumifs only in all these three cases. Sumifs or Sumif. Okay. Then, while you are solving this, you will get to know the power of arrays. Okay. So I hope I'm clear with all these three assignments. Without using supporting column into this data, how can you get the values for year-wise, month-wise, then range-wise? You may be thinking, Sharon, even pivot table can make it very simple. I know. Okay, but when it comes to pivot table, I'll tell you what is the use of the pivot table. But here, I'm giving you this assignment to make sure that, okay, you are understanding the Sumifs function and you are having clear understanding about arrays. Okay, today just the introduction to arrays and many things will be covering. So, Sumifs assignment. Okay, 8. Let me save, let me close. Okay. If anyone having any question, please let me know. We'll have a quick 5 minutes question and answer. Anyone having any question? Okay, you will enjoy from tomorrow when I start talking about arrays. Okay, and don't miss tomorrow's session. I'll be giving you the answers for all these three assignments, as well as we will start. Yesterday, I thought at least you people may be asking the question, but anyway, I have covered there itself in the 3D formula when I covered yesterday. This is entirely, I can write these type of formulas only. I can write these type of formulas only if my data is exactly in the same position. Okay, that means everywhere it is A, B, C, D, E, F, A, B, C, D, F, and so on. If the data is not exactly in the same position, I may be using the feature names consolidate. Okay, consolidate is one of the very important feature in Excel we use. Tomorrow we'll cover even that. We'll solve the assignments and we'll cover that. Consolidation will take maybe 15 to 20 minutes maximum. After the consolidation tomorrow, we'll start talking about index and match functions, one of the very important bunch of functions. After index and match, we'll go into lookup functions, from where we land into the text functions. With that functions will get closed. I need probably another 3 to 4 days to close the functions. And last 1 week to 8 days, we'll talk about data analysis, how to use the pivot tables, how to use the advanced filter, how to use the data validation, how to do the conditional formatting. These are all concepts. Today I'm leaving little early so that you can spend another 15 minutes before in the system itself and you can understand these arrays. Okay. So if you want me to cover any specific thing, please let me know. Or else if you have any specific question, please let me know so that we can cover. Anyone having any question? Okay, I think we did not have a introduction till now with each other because it's not about anyway. I know each and everyone who joined in the session. At least for the other members, uh, okay, introduction. I request everyone to introduce for 1 minute. Okay, so that if other people knows who are the colleagues in the session. First, let me start with myself. As you all know, I'm the trainer, Saran Kumar. So I think most of the people know me personally, either one or through other reference. So uh, I am doing my own practice now at Hyderabad, and I do most of the cases special assignments, and I am being a consultant for a couple of companies, giving them the training as well as automation related works. In fact, just for your knowledge, I'm telling you, from this coming Saturday, 5 weekends I'll be traveling to Tirupati for Amar Raja batteries because Amar Raja company group is training their employees. So I give a lot of corporate training. 30% of my portfolio is training, and 70% is my practice. I'm having an active practice, though I don't do traditional practice, but I'm more into the automation side and technology related side. My specialization is forensic. Okay, quickly for 1 minute, if other members also can introduce so that everyone knows about each other. Aditya, I think you are first in the alphabetical.
Hi, sir. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can you
I'm
speak?
Aditya. Hello, am I audible?
Aditya, for me, your voice is not audible. Hello. Can you able to hear Aditya?
Hello.
I'm not finding Aditya's voice. I don't. Oh, sorry. I think somewhere the problem is from mine. Just give me 1 minute, Aditya. Just give me 1 sec. Let me just cross check. Aditya, you can speak now.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, it's audible to me. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, hello, everyone. I'm Aditya. I'm a recently qualified chartered accountant. I'm working for